In the world of football, few stories captivate fans quite like that of a young quarterback thrust into the spotlight. Bryce Young, once heralded as the next big thing, has experienced a roller coaster ride through his career. From his early days as a five-star recruit to his Heisman Trophy-winning season at Alabama, Young's journey seemed destined for greatness. However, the transition to the NFL proved to be more challenging than anyone anticipated. This narrative explores the highs and lows of Bryce Young's career, delving into the pressures of being a top draft pick, the struggles of adapting to the professional game, and the impact of team dynamics on his development. As we follow Young's journey, we will uncover the complexities of a young athlete navigating the treacherous waters of professional football. Bryce Young's story begins in Los Angeles, California, where he was born on July 25, 2001. From a young age, it was clear that he possessed a natural talent for football. Growing up in a sports-oriented family, Young was encouraged to pursue his passion. He attended Mater Dei High School, one of the premier football programs in the country. Under the guidance of legendary coach Bruce Rollinson, Young quickly made a name for himself. During his high school career, Young led Mater Dei to a remarkable 46-6 record. He showcased his impressive arm strength, accuracy, and playmaking ability, throwing for over 13,000 yards and 152 touchdowns. His performances caught the eye of college scouts, earning him a five-star recruit status and ranking him as the top quarterback in the nation. Young initially committed to the University of Southern California, USC, a powerhouse in college football. However, after careful consideration, he decommitted and chose to join the Alabama Crimson Tide, a decision that would shape the trajectory of his career. At Alabama, he was mentored by head coach Nick Saban, known for his ability to develop young talent. In his freshman year, Young served as a backup to Mac Jones, who would later lead Alabama to a national championship. Despite not starting, Young learned the intricacies of the game and honed his skills. When it was finally his turn to start in 2021, he didn't disappoint. Young threw for 4,872 yards and an astounding 47 touchdowns, leading Alabama to an SEC championship and a spot in the national title game. His efforts earned him the prestigious Heisman Trophy, solidifying his status as the top prospect heading into the NFL draft. As the 2023 NFL draft approached, anticipation grew around Bryce Young. He was widely regarded as the consensus top pick, and teams were eager to secure his services. The Carolina Panthers, desperate for a franchise quarterback, made a bold move by trading up to acquire the first overall pick from the Chicago Bears. This decision marked a turning point in Young's career, as he was now expected to be the face of the franchise. On draft night, the excitement was palpable. Young was selected first overall by the Panthers, and the organization hoped he would bring stability and success to a team that had struggled in recent years. The weight of expectations was immense, but Young embraced the challenge. He was eager to prove himself and show that he could thrive at the professional level. However, the transition from college to the NFL is notoriously difficult, even for the most talented players. Young quickly discovered that the speed and complexity of the game were far greater than anything he had experienced in college. While he had excelled at Alabama, the stakes were now higher, and the competition was fierce. Bryce Young's rookie season with the Panthers started with a mix of hope and uncertainty. Fans were excited to see what the young quarterback could do, but the organization was still grappling with its identity. The Panthers had been searching for a successor to Cam Newton, and after years of instability at the quarterback position, expectations were high for Young to deliver immediate results. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned. Young's debut against the Atlanta Falcons was a harsh introduction to the NFL. He struggled with accuracy and decision-making, throwing 2 interceptions and failing to find his rhythm. The Panthers lost the game decisively, and the media scrutiny began almost immediately. Critics questioned whether Young was ready for the challenge and if he could handle the pressures of being a franchise quarterback. As the season progressed, Young faced numerous challenges. The coaching staff underwent changes, with head coach Frank Reich being fired after a series of disappointing performances. The lack of consistency in coaching and the absence of a solid supporting cast made it difficult for Young to develop and find his footing. The offensive line struggled to provide protection, and the team lacked playmakers who could help alleviate the pressure on the rookie quarterback. Despite these obstacles, there were moments of promise. Young managed to secure his first victory against the Houston Texans, showcasing his potential and ability to lead. However, the subsequent losses quickly overshadowed that victory, and the Panthers found themselves in a downward spiral. The firing of Frank Reich marked a turning point for the Panthers, but it also added to the chaos surrounding Bryce Young's rookie season. The organization was in disarray, and Young was left to navigate the fallout of constant coaching changes. With each new head coach came a new offensive system, making it challenging for the young quarterback to build chemistry with his teammates and adapt to the ever-changing playbook. The instability in the coaching staff took a toll on Young's confidence. He struggled to find his rhythm, often second-guessing himself and making poor decisions on the field. The media scrutiny intensified, and fans began to express their frustrations over the team's performance. Young found himself at the center of criticism, with many questioning whether he was the right choice for the franchise. Moreover, the Panthers' roster was plagued with issues. The offensive line, which was supposed to provide protection, crumbled under pressure. Young was sacked repeatedly, and the lack of playmakers around him only exacerbated the situation. The team's inability to score points consistently became a major concern, and Young's struggles were magnified by the overall poor performance of the Panthers. As the season wore on, it became evident that the Panthers were not just struggling as a team, they were failing to provide Young with the support he needed to succeed. The pressure mounted, and the expectations weighed heavily on his shoulders. Despite the challenges, there were glimmers of hope in Bryce Young's journey. After a series of disappointing performances, he managed to secure a narrow victory against the Houston Texans, showcasing his potential and ability to lead. Fans were reminded of the talent that had made him a top prospect, and there was a renewed sense of optimism. However, the subsequent losses quickly overshadowed that victory. The Panthers' inability to score points consistently became a major concern, and Young's confidence began to wane. The team's struggles culminated in a disastrous season, with the Panthers finishing with one of the worst records in the league. As the season came to an end, significant changes were on the horizon for the Panthers. The front office recognized the need for a complete overhaul and made drastic decisions to reshape the organization. The firing of general manager Scott Fitterer and the hiring of Dan Morgan as the new GM signaled a new direction. Morgan's first order of business was to find a head coach capable of turning the franchise around. He hired Dave Canales, the former offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hoping his expertise would help Young develop into the quarterback everyone envisioned. However, the reality was that Young was still facing an uphill battle. As the 2024 season approached, the question remained, could Bryce Young overcome the odds? The Panthers needed to provide him with the tools necessary for success. Stability in coaching and a commitment to building a competitive roster would be essential. Young's potential was undeniable, but he needed the right environment to flourish. The offseason brought new hope as the Panthers made moves to bolster their roster. They acquired key players through trades and free agency, aiming to provide Young with the support he desperately needed. The organization recognized that developing a franchise quarterback takes time, especially after the tumultuous start to Young's career. The Panthers also focused on improving their offensive line, understanding that providing protection for Young was crucial to his success. With a revamped roster and a new coaching staff, there was a renewed sense of optimism surrounding the team. Fans hoped that Young would finally have the support he needed to thrive in the NFL. As the 2024 season kicked off, the Panthers faced new challenges, but there was a sense of determination within the organization. Young was ready to prove himself and show that he could rise above the adversity he had faced in his rookie season. The journey ahead would not be easy, but the potential for success was within reach. As the Panthers looked to the future, they understood that the road ahead would require patience and perseverance. Bryce Young's journey was far from over, and the organization was committed to providing him with the resources necessary to succeed. The importance of a solid support system could not be overstated, as it could make or break a young quarterback's career. Young's development would depend on the stability of the coaching staff and the effectiveness of the front office in building a competitive roster. The Panthers needed to cultivate an environment that fostered growth and allowed Young to flourish. With the right support, he could still become a leader for the franchise and help guide them back to contention. The path forward would require collaboration between Young, the coaching staff, and the front office. The Panthers needed to prioritize building a strong foundation, ensuring that their young quarterback had the tools and support necessary to succeed. As they embarked on this journey, the hope remained that Bryce Young could rise above the challenges and fulfill the promise that had made him a top prospect. Bryce Young's journey from high school star to NFL struggles is a testament to the challenges young quarterbacks face in the league. The importance of a solid support system cannot be overstated, as it can make or break a player's career. As the Panthers look to the future, the hope remains that Young can rise above the chaos and become the leader the franchise needs. Can he turn the tide and lead the Panthers to success? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, the road ahead will be anything but easy. In a league where the stakes are high and the pressure is relentless, Bryce Young's resilience and determination will be put to the ultimate test,